Blue cheese stuffed fried olives with fig jam. Talk about a yummy, savory appetizer. Sally that girl in the kitchen. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sally that girl in the kitchen. In today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to make blue cheese stuffed fried olives with fig jam. I'm going to serve mine with fig jam, but of course you can serve yours with whatever your favorite jam is. Or you can serve these with a little bit of honey on the side. And you know what? If you want to go savory, these would be great with that cilantro garlic dipping sauce that I made recently. Yum, yum, yum. No matter how you serve them, these are yummy, they're delicious, and they're easy because I'm going to be using olives that I picked up at the supermarket that were already stuffed with blue cheese. You don't have to go through the trouble yourself. You could pick these up in the supermarket. And of course, you can pick some up in your favorite gourmet market too if you have a special olive that you really, really love. And they don't have to be stuffed with blue cheese. The secret is they could be stuffed with whatever. You can pick these up. They could be stuffed with garlic or goat cheese, or there's so many different varieties of what you can find in stuffed olives. Use your favorites. But I'm going to teach you how to fry these up so they're perfect for your next crudité and cheese platter, or anytime you want a quick little appetizer that is going to satisfy everyone and is super different. So I'm super excited to teach you how to make these. So let's not wait another second and let's get started. For today's recipe, you will need 1 9.5-ounce jar of blue cheese stuffed olives, or, as I said earlier, your favorite stuffed olive. Whichever one that may be. Sun-dried tomato comes to mind, which is also super yummy. And of course, you can use the smaller stuffed olives also. I'm using the larger meteor olives, but if you prefer a ratio of more cheese to olive, then of course go with the smaller stuffed olives. You'll also need 1 or 2 large eggs. I'm going to start by using 1, and if I decide I need to beat a second one, then I'll go ahead and use a second one. You'll also need 1 cup of all-purpose flour and 1 cup of breadcrumbs, but you will have some left over. So if you rather use 3/4 cup of each, that's fine too. You'll probably have enough. Then you'll also need a pinch of salt, some fresh ground black pepper to taste, 3 cups of vegetable oil, and either fig jam or your favorite jam or dipping sauce for serving. You will also need a couple of plates, a couple of sheets of paper towel, a wet measuring cup, some dry measuring cups, 3 small bowls, a fork, a spider, and a medium-sized pot for your frying. So now that we have all of our ingredients and tools together, let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is add your oil to your pot. I'm using 3 cups, but of course that's going to vary depending on the size of your pot. What you want to make sure is that you have plenty of oil. You want to have a good couple of inches so that your olives can fry up really nicely. So now I've set out my 3 small bowls, one with flour, one for the egg, and the other for the breadcrumbs. But the one with the flour, I'm going to season just a touch. I'm just going to be adding a pinch of salt because, of course, these olives are already briny, so we don't really need a lot of salt. And then I'm going to add fresh ground black pepper to taste. I like plenty of this, so I'm definitely going to add some to my flour. Now, of course, you can season either your flour or your breadcrumbs, however you prefer. It doesn't matter. You just want to season one or the other. And of course, you can even use seasoned breadcrumbs if you prefer. But I prefer using plain breadcrumbs because I really want the olive and that delicious blue cheese that it's stuffed with. I want them to be the stars. So I've seasoned my flour, and now of course I'm just going to crack an egg into the center bowl and I'm going to beat it well. I'm going to start with just 1 egg, and then as I coat my olives, if I run out of egg and I decide I need another one, then I can always beat a second egg. I just don't like wasting, so then of course I'm going to start with 1, and as I said, I can beat a second one if I need it. So now I'm just going to stir in the seasonings into my flour just to make sure that that is well distributed. And then we are going to get ready for our frying. So once I stir that in well, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my jar of olives, and then I'm going to drain them. I'm going to get rid of that brine because I'm not going to be using that in this recipe. I'm just going to spill it out, and then my olives will be ready for frying. So now I'm going to turn the heat on my stove, and I'm going to start at about medium. My stove gets hot pretty quickly, so I really want this to get nice and hot while I bread my olives. So now my station is ready to go, and I have a plate behind me. I grabbed one of my beautiful olives, and then I'm just going to toss it into that seasoned flour first. And then once I've done that, then I'm going to use that same hand and I'm going to put it into the egg, and then just make sure to coat it really well in egg. And then once I've coated it really well, then I'm going to grab it from there and I'm going to just toss it into the breadcrumbs. Now, of course, you don't have to do these one at a time, but just for you to get a really good view of how the process works, I'm doing one at a time. So I'm very gently rolling it in the breadcrumbs because I don't want to create a super thick layer. I just want to create enough of a layer that it's going to crisp up beautifully when I add it to the fryer. And then I'm just going to add it onto my plate and continue the process with the rest of the olives. Now, this is a really good technique to use whenever you are breading something and have a station such as this where you have flour and you have egg and then you have breadcrumb. I use my right hand to deal with the flour and the egg, and that hand becomes the wet hand, and then I use my left hand to work with the breadcrumbs, and that remains my dry hand. And that way we don't form a clumpy mess in our breadcrumbs, and everything really just works so much better that way. So it's a really good technique to use. And then I'm just going to show you one more flour, and then of course a little bit of that egg coating, and then finally into the breadcrumb for the last stage with my clean hands. And then I'm just going to place it on my plate, and then these guys are going to be ready for frying. And then as you get comfortable breading them, then you can do a few of these at a time into the flour, then into the egg, and finally into the breadcrumb until you have coated all of them and they are ready to go. I have them all on a plate. Then I have a second plate that I've lined with paper towel. So then when I stick these beauties into the oil, I can place them onto that paper towel to drain the excess oil, and then they are going to be perfect. So now they're all coated and ready, and I'm going to lower my oil to low because now it's nice and hot. And of course, you can always test your oil to make sure. So when I tested it this time, it still really wasn't bubbling, and that little piece of that breading wasn't really floating. But now when I test it that second time, then I noticed that right away it comes up to the top and it starts to sizzle. I know my hot oil is ready to go and it's at the temperature that I want. So now I like to place my olives right onto my spider and add them from there. That way it's safer and I don't have to get my hand near that hot sizzling oil. And I'm going to be frying these up in 4 parts. So I'm doing 7 at a time. My jar had 28 olives, so 7 at a time is perfect. But depending on the size of your pot, then of course you can add a few more if you're using a wider pot. I just like to be able to move these guys around so that they're golden all around on all sides. And I don't want to crowd my pan because I don't want my temperature to drop, because of course I want these to crisp up and get beautiful and golden. And they really fry up super fast. In about a minute, they are done and ready to be pulled out of the oil. That's how quickly these guys get golden and gorgeous. So I don't mind breaking it up into 4 batches because it really just takes about a minute to fry each of the batches. But of course, as I said, if you have a little more room, you want to go with a few more than 7, that's fine. You can do 10 at a time. You can do whatever you're comfortable with and whatever fits comfortably in your pot. So now they've been frying for about a minute or so, and they've developed this gorgeous color. Look at how beautiful they're looking. And really, it was super, super quick. I mean, you can't beat this. It is such an easy appetizer. Comes together really quickly. And by buying those olives pre-stuffed, delicious. There's really nothing to do but just batter them up and go. And look at how gorgeous they are looking. So now I've fished them all out. I've placed them on my paper towel to drain that excess oil. And then I'm just adding another 7 right onto my spider. And I'm just gonna repeat the frying process all over again. Notice how I use my spider to separate them. I just don't want them to stick together as they're frying. So all I do is I really just come over every so often with my spider and I just kind of move them around, make sure they're not sticking to each other. And then of course, just kind of flip them so that they can get beautiful and golden on all sides. And that's it. There's nothing left to do. I am not speeding this video up. This is real time. Look at how quickly these just became beautiful and golden. I just put them in, and really in a matter of seconds, I don't even think that was a full minute, they have become beautiful and golden and they're ready to come out. That's how quickly these guys fry up. And of course, temperatures vary depending on your stove, but my stove runs nice and hot. And look at how gorgeous these look. And they've really just been in there maybe a minute, if at that. So now I'm just gonna fish out that last little straggler that I left behind. And then now, of course, I'm speeding up my camera just to show you how I fry the rest of them. But really, that previous clip that I showed you was not sped up at all. And you saw how quickly they fried up. And even at this speed, yes, my camera, I've increased the speed to just show you how quickly they come together. You can tell that this was nothing, not even a minute. And they become gorgeous and golden and beautiful and of course delicious. They're such an easy appetizer and they're different and people are gonna be totally impressed by them because they are just absolutely yummy and you just took the time to make something a little special and people really, really love and appreciate that. And of course they can be served with so many different varieties of sauces for dipping or just straight up. They're that yummy. They need nothing more. So now I fried all 28 of my beautiful blue cheese stuffed olives. I'm gonna turn off my stove and look at these babies. Some of them have that little blue cheese just dying to pop out, just showing itself so we know it is there. And they are just so absolutely gorgeous. They just have a light coating. I did not overbread them, just nice and light and crispy so that they can be golden and perfect. I just took a delicious stuffed olive and just elevated it to a different level. Look at how beautiful this looks served on a simple platter. And of course, as I said earlier, I'm going to be having some with fig jam. If you've seen any of my videos, you know I'm a huge fan of fig jam. It's one of my favorites. I want to say fig and apricot are probably my 2 favorite jams. So delicious. And the contrast of the sweetness and the brininess of that olive with that delicious blue cheese in the center, it just does something special and magical. So now, enough of the admiring. I'm literally salivating. It's time to taste these guys. I'm gonna put a touch of that jam right on top and it's just crispy and golden, super yummy. So tasty. It's an incredible combination of flavors. The brininess from the olive, the cheesiness from that blue cheese in the center, and of course that crispiness from that coating we created on the outside. Super, super yummy, so tasty. I put a little bit more of that yummy jam on top because I just absolutely love it. And in we go. So good. So delicious.
perfectly crispy, golden, just the right amount of coating. It's not a thick coating or batter. It's just enough to crisp this up and make it even more appetizing. Oh my, yum, yum, yum. I'm going in for another one and smearing it up with that jam. So delicious, so tasty. That yummy olive, that cheese in the center, and that delicious jam that I'm adding on top. It's such an incredible flavor combination. You're really gonna love this. So good. You've got to try this.
So how totally yummy do these babies look? I can't begin to tell you just how tasty they are. They've got that brininess from the olive, and of course that little bit of funk from the blue cheese. And then when you fry them up, you get that crispy texture on the outside. They are perfect. And then you can combine that, as I do, with something a little sweet to kind of play off that like brininess. Wow. Or you can go with something a little more savory. You can serve these with whatever dipping sauce you like, because the truth is they are the star. They're crispy, yummy, best served right when they are done. But of course, if you want to make these in advance, you can just heat them up a little bit in your air fryer or in your toaster oven right before you serve them, so that they're warm when you bring them out, and they are gonna be so yummy. And I'll give you a tip. You can actually put these in the air fryer and make them there instead if you don't want to fry. That is always an option, because you saw how we prepared them, and then you just grab them, stick them in the air fryer, and you're good to go. You can make these however you like, but trust me, you're going to want to make them. No, better yet, don't trust me. You're going to have to try to make this recipe yourself. And of course, if you've enjoyed today's recipe, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it more than you know. And of course, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to touch that little notification bell so that you get notified every time I put up a new video, which I do all of the time, at least once a week, sometimes twice. I'm putting out new recipe videos, which I know you're gonna love. And of course, go over to my video tab. If you go onto the Sally That Girl in the Kitchen YouTube cooking channel and search for the video tab, just touch that video tab, and underneath that tab, you're gonna find all of the videos I've ever put up. And there are so many videos there. I know you're gonna enjoy them. And of course, if you're not already following me on social media, you can find me as Sally That Girl in the Kitchen on Facebook, Instagram, and on Pinterest. And you can find me as Sally That Girl FL on Twitter, Snapchat, and on TikTok. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Sally That Girl in the Kitchen.